Alright Spartans, how you doing and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. Today we are about to check out Nurgle. The time has come, and I tell you what, if you've got a weak stomach, this may not be the faction for you, because even I am feeling repulsed by them. There's blubber, there's slime, there's everything you don't want to know about with these guys. They've got it, and oh god, it is. Even now, just looking at the faction on the screen here, I feel sick. Honestly, they're vile. But anyway, let's check them out, see what they have to offer. But before we do that, very quickly, again, I just want to plug my Discord server to you. If you haven't joined it, check it out. Heroes of Sparta Discord server. Link can be found down below in the video description. Click on the link, join it. Let's build the Spartan community over on my Discord server. Let's get everyone there. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to hopefully seeing you on it at some point in the very near future. Yeah, so there you go. And if you don't know what I'm doing at the moment, basically I'm playing every faction in a preview kind of video to give you a taste of what to expect from the game before it launches. And then come release date, well, before that, a few days before that, I'll be releasing a poll where you guys will vote as to what faction you want me to do a full campaign playthrough. And with these preview videos, it gives you a nice flavour of what to expect from them. So when you come to make the vote, it's a little bit easier for you to choose which one you want me to play as. And that's the basics, basically the basis of why I'm making these videos. So yeah, let's check them out, see what they have to offer. Very interesting mechanics, very different to the other campaigns that I've played through so far. We've got two main components for Nurgle. Plagues. Concoct and spread plagues across the world, or afflict your own assets. So we'll check that out in a minute. Basically, cyclical buildings. Settlements will grow over time, and then they will wither and die out. And again, it's an interesting mechanic, but basically you have to construct one building in a building chain, and then it will basically grow, as it says, throughout the chain. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, etc. It will do that organically itself after a few turns of each stage, and then at the end it will just, as it says, wither and die out, and you start the process again. So yeah, it's an interesting mechanic, and again, I'll show you that in just a minute. Let's check out the man himself, or the monster himself, Kugath Plaguefather. So in terms of his faction effects, he's got 10 plus growth. Recruitment cost minus 35 for Nurgling units. Recruitment health plus 40% for Nurgling units. So that's interesting. And you'll see how that works in a minute. In terms of Lord effects, infection cost minus 50% for infection cost. And again, we'll show you that. Nurgle corruption plus 2. And chance of plague spreading plus 15. I keep saying again, I'll show you that. Well, of course I'm going to show you that, because it's a flipping preview video, so I'm going to show you everything, aren't I? There we go. That's what we're talking about with him as a Legendary Lord for the campaign. Map-wise, we're dead center. Bang center in the sort of east or west side of the map. It's bang in the middle, and so we've got one region under our control to begin with. Settings-wise, we know the situation with that. Hard. Let's jump into it, start the campaign, and I'll be back with you, as always, right after the introduction.
The gallows tree, dwelling of Kugath, father of plagues. There is no greater brewmaster of phage and pox than he. To describe the squalor of the fetid sewer is impossible. I risked my very flesh to tread it. Kugath thought me but another specimen for his grotesque experiments. Before the rot consumed me, I offered something finer. Belagor has imprisoned the god-bear of Kislev.
Oh, how delightful. If Belagor has struck, there'll be plenty of carrion for me.
Ursun himself lies dying, fatally wounded in the Forge of Souls.
A dying god. The finest corpse from which to brew a plague.
A god pox, mighty Kugath.
A god pox. Why, you tempt me, old man. But I cannot reach the Forge of Souls. The Maelstrom prevents us.
I can breach it and guide you to the dying bear.
And why would you do this, little healthy mortal?
For a single drop of Ursun's blood. That is my fate.
Blood for you, the body for me.
Our goal is to harvest the god bear's corpse. The perfect specimen to create the most unholy of plagues, the god pox.
I love the murk, but this time I require clarity. Infected you'll be if you do not allow me to see.
Our travels from the gallows tree to the sunken sewers place us much closer to mortal lands. All the better for you to unleash your brews and ensure we are powerful enough to breach the realm of chaos when the time comes. Ogres encroach on our land and squat in Glutport, our access point to the frozen sea. Get rid of them. We must be wary of leaving our eastern flank exposed even as we look south. For hated dwarfs recolonize Karak Dum, a beachhead in the Chaos Wastes they have no intention of losing. And southwards, just across the sea, are tribes of mortals, followers of the dark gods, easy to corrupt and make puppets of, or even vanquish. Food for your plague bearers. But it is through Black Blood Pass where frail Kislev lies supine and ready for infection. You shall bring misery upon its people before defiling their god. I can see you are eager to begin, feculent brewmaster. So let us conquer in Grandfather's name.
Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campaign map for Nurgle. Where do I start? I'll tell you where I'll start. Just a quick one to let you know that I've also released a second video today on Zeech, the other Chaos faction that you can play on the game. So if you want to check that video out after this one, then by all means do so. It is uploaded onto the channel right now for you to enjoy as well as this one. So, as we know, how they play, we know obviously with Chaos factions, they will automatically wage war on any non-Chaos faction that they encounter. So we know that that's a given. But it's all this that's kind of different now. So plagues, Nurglish factions can create plagues with customized effects and spread them to their unfortunate enemies. Cyclo buildings. Basically, once constructed, Nurglish buildings organically grow to their full potency before shedding their parts, returning to their initial state, and starting the cycle anew. And then the growth rate. The growth rate in Nurgle-controlled provinces is tied to the local level of Nurgle corruption. And of course, because they are part of the Chaos factions, they are part of the Great Game. Nurglish factions participated in the Great Game, vying with other followers of Chaos to spread them, spread the most corruption over the mortal realms. So, mission issued. We know this. It's the kind of the basics. We want to try and firstly take out this ogre faction down here. So that's what we'll get: 1,000 gold and a plague-ridden hero to our army. So let's have a look at the mechanics then. So essentially, as I said to you, the first thing is infection. So you build this up by buildings, incubated captives, looting, sacking, raising settlements, plague spreading, and you're consuming them within the plague itself. The plague creation itself is is where you can get infections from. And these points build up and can be used to initiate a plague within the plague cauldron. So we'll look at that in a second. What else we've got? We've got the holy, or unholy, sorry, manifestations. It's kind of similar to the core mechanic, where we can give ourselves buffs and bonuses depending on how much corruption we have got across our lands. So we could already initiate the pestilent growth, which will give us a nice quick boost to our casualty replenishment rate, but obviously with doing so it will disable our movement on the campaign map. And then the cooldown for this one is again 15 turns, like it was with Khorne and the mechanic on their playthrough. So that's the first kind of major thing there to consider. Also, you've got technology. So with technology, again, you've got sort of 7 peers. It says 7 is the number of the Plague Lords. 7 are the ways which Nurgle infects mortal and immortal alike with contagions? Contagions? I can't pronounce that. Apologies if I'm absolutely butchering that name. Invoke his methods and become the blessed carrier. So you've got your 7 pillars, 7 sort of charts of different technology that you can recruit, and you require 4 from each pillar before you can move on to the next one. So looking at these already, you can see growth is a technology we can research. Armor piercing, damage, cycle time for certain buildings is less. So you know the going through those sort of different stages with a growth of a building or cycling of a building is reduced by 1 turn time. Diplomatic relations, all this sort of stuff. You've got loads that you can go through, and obviously as time goes on you can then unlock different ones which will give, look at that, army ability, vigor per second -1 will spread to friends within 30 meters of effective unit. So lots to do, and so obviously they will unlock as you go through the campaign. What I'm going to do firstly is try and go for growth, spore diffusion, give it a bit of growth early doors to the technology. Well, diplomacy wise, there's not, I don't know, we may be able to get anything. We can't obviously trade. We can't, I don't think we can trade with chaos factions at all. There's no tradable goods, and I don't think we can trade with them in any way, shape or form. In terms of deals, we can broker military access with our sort of Nurgle friends across here. We've got a non-aggression with them, so we could do that, broker a deal to get military access. That's been accepted. I mean, again, I'm just quickly looking through these. I would choose these more wisely if this was a actual campaign playthrough. At the moment, there's nothing else we can really do diplomacy-wise. It's all about us on our own, really. So let's have a look at this big mechanic now, the Plague Cauldron. This kind of reminds me of Throt the Unclean, if you remember the Twisted and Twilight DLC of Warhammer 2, where you could sort of be very customizable in what you did in his laboratory. It's kind of similar with this, with the Cauldron. You can mix and match different plagues, and obviously different effects will come from those plagues. So at the moment, we can only do the base plagues. And then, as it says here, concoct a plague to spread Nurgle corruption, boost your armies or weaken the enemy. Select a base plague, these over here, and add optional symptoms for further effects. Unlock new symptoms by spreading the base plagues. Plagues continue to spread after being created, and this will also count towards unlocking new symptoms. So we could choose a base sort of plague option here, and we can infect our own army. And then with this army, obviously, as we spread throughout the lands, we can then start to spread the plague in these lands by doing so. You can also concoct them within your own settlement, but as I say, you can do it in the actual armies as well. So, I think, if I'm correct, if you do it on the army, it's slightly less. With a settlement, it's 50 infection cost, 25 if you do it on a actual legendary lord within your army, within your faction. So looking at these, I was quite liking looking at this one, because as we start to siege settlements, as you can see, casualty, well, not actually, not that, it's just the fact that when we, well, yes it will, but it will also, when we're attacking settlements and also armies in these regions, look at that, plague effects on non-Nurgle settlements. Plague will cause -7 to casualty replenishment rate, and attrition plus 35% when under siege. That's a massive bonus to get, especially when you're trying to siege out and dry out the enemies in encampments. And you get Nurgle corruption plus 2 in the local province, as well as infection plus 5 when spreading it across the land. So I'm going to go for that one as a base plague. I can't get any of these symptoms at the moment until my plague spreads, and then these will start to unlock. These down here are linked to technologies, so obviously you have to research them before you can unlock them. So I'm going to do this one. You can actually as well summon a hero that can be expanded to spread the conducted plague to enemy armies and settlements. The plague may then spread to nearby settlements and armies. Or you've obviously got this where we'll just concoct it to spread into our army. This will provide positive effects, and the plague may then spread to other nearby settlements and armies as well. So here we go. We've done it. We've infected him. So he's got the plague in his possession. So what we need to do now is essentially attack this ogre force down here. But before we do that, I just want to quickly show you this sort of cycle chain with the settlements and the buildings that you can construct in your lands. So as you can see here, each one has this sort of tier 1 building, and they are quite expensive, as you'd imagine, because this is the only time you pay for the building to be constructed. After that, it organically grows itself, and you can see that marker there is showing you how many turns it will take before it sort of grows into its second tier, its third tier, etc. And then obviously after tier 5 or tier 4 or tier 6 in this occasion, it will then after a bit sort of fall apart again and go back to tier 1, and then you have to buy it again and start the process once more. So you're constantly having to buy that base 1 building for it to start its cycle, but apart from that, you don't have to worry about it. And I'll tell you one thing I have noticed with Nurgle as a faction, they seem to gain money very quickly. So money has never been a problem when I've been playing these guys. So that you shouldn't have to worry about in terms of these buildings when you're constructing them. It shouldn't be an issue at all for you. Some of the units are just insane. Spawn of Nurgle, Soul Grinder, Plague Toes of Nurgle. And what I'm going to do is go for this one, the Plague Bearers of Nurgle. It's basically standard infantry, but as you go along, they're still same units that you're getting at tier 2 and 3, but the sort of benefits are getting a little bit higher from the income generated at tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 4, we get the Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle, so they are more advanced sword infantry units, etc. So I'm going to go for that one as an example, just to show you how it works. It's cost me 5,000, as you can see, but it will carry on growing itself, which is the main thing. So hopefully you got the right idea with that, didn't you? And so as you said as well, growth is directly connected to your corruption. So the more the corruption is within the province, the better the growth rate will be. So here we can see Nurgle corruption as a base corruption is +2 from our legendary Lord of Kurgath, and then we've got the faction itself of apologies, its faction is +10 from Kurgath, and then we've got Nurgle corruption of +2 from it's from here, I think it is. Yeah, it's from a Withering Roots building on the base settlement building there. So yeah, a lot. And of course as well, you can see that it's giving us infections per turn as well, just from our base building. So you're getting that increased from that as well. And you can see now as well, the plague creation has consumed 25 of our infection points, but it's now giving us +5 from the plague it's spreading across, hopefully, the lands as we go on. So that pretty much is... And again, the objectives, we know that. It's the same. It's the same as before. Forge your souls, or you can do a total victory and taking out these factions and settlements. But yeah, as I say, that is pretty much it. So let us... In fact, no, it's not it. Summon units is a little bit different as well. So you don't have to have a recruitment queue in terms of, turn 3s, 4 turns to recruit an elite unit, 2 turns to recruit this unit, 1 turn to recruit the basic unit, all that sort of stuff. That has changed. You literally just summon them and they're there. Now, you have a pool of availability, so you can see at the moment there is 6 out of 10 available units for these Nurglings. So I could just go crazy. Well, I couldn't actually because I haven't got enough money. But if I did, I could recruit all of these 6, hit the recruit button, and instantly they're summoned into the army. No queue time, no turn time, waiting. They're in there straight away. So we'll look at that afterwards because we can probably recruit a couple more units afterwards, which are going to be better quality. And so that's an advantage. But again, it's going to cost you more of an initial hit on your economy, as you can see. But after that, it's much more, I don't know, accessible really, because it's instant into your army and you can make a difference. They don't come into your army full strength though. They come in at about half strength, and obviously then you have to, as time goes on, they will start to replenish. But you do get that improvement from Kurgath, which would give you, I don't know where it is now, but I remember seeing it at the beginning where he will actually directly improve replenishment rates within the Lord's army. I can't remember where I saw it, but it's definitely there and it's gone. But if I find it, I'll show you. But definitely, well, you can go back to the beginning of the video. It was definitely there, and Kurgath will improve replenishment rates within his army. So that will not be really a problem when you do recruit them into your fold. Anyway, enough chat. Let's go. Let's hit them now. Decisive victory. Only 2 units to care about. We've got the Tyrant, which is the sword infantry, which is basically him, the lord of this army. We've got some goblars, some sort of goblin expendable, as you can see there, spear infantry. And then we've got some ogre bulls, which are monstrous infantry. So we'll fight this one, and you can see the gruesome looking Nurgle units for yourself on the battlefield, and you'll know exactly what I mean. They are disgusting. Right then, here we go. And I'm going to go for it. See, 5th time lucky now. This is literally the 5th time across 3 videos now. If it works, this is the first time it's gone up. It has! It's a miracle. No, it hasn't. It stayed exactly the same. So it's not gone down, but it's not given us anything else. It's teasing us yet again. Right, start deployment. So let's check out this monstrous looking lot. There's the man himself, Kurgath, on his kind of whatever throne this is. Again, lore-wise, I'm not too sure, but it is vile. He has got a few spells under his belt. He's got the Stream of Corruption, which is a poison spell. And it's basically, long, thin, expanding, tear-shaped attack, which will affect units around it when cast upon. It's a poison spell, which will, as you can see here, affect speed, armor-piercing damage, base missile damage, base weapon damage, and armor-piercing weapon damage. So it is pretty strong. Only lasts 10 seconds with its base level, but still, it offers a lot to begin with, and I'm sure you can increase that with the skill points. Minus 45% to speed, and charge speed at minus 45% from the Curse of the Slug, a chain hex spell. And then we've got Miasma of Pestilence, which is a hex spell again, which will reduce melee attack to minus 24 by 24, and with charge bonus of minus 40%. Then we've then got the Plague Bearers of Nurgle. Look at him. Looks like me as I just got up in the morning. In fact, they look better than me. It's an insult to them. You look at that. We've got 3 units of these bog standard infantry, your bare bones kind of infantry you'll get. Now, we've seen these guys before, the Plague Drones. We saw them with the Demons of Chaos Let's Play video that I did, a preview video I did for them. And they are in this as our flying sort of cavalry, or flying missile cav, I think you'll really class them as. Flying missile war beasts, really. Okay, there you go. We've got these ones, new guys. The Plague Toes of Nurgle. War beasts, anti-infantry, poison attacks. Now, I thought toes looked quite cute, but these with the horns on there, I'm not so sure with their one eye as well. Oh, God. Imagine going down in that gut down there. Oh, dear. No thanks. And then we've got these guys, the Nurglings. We've seen these before again with the Demons of Chaos. I can't even describe these. They're that insane. I mean, monsters being carried on top of monsters. I mean, what is it? It's insanity, isn't it? Absolutely insane. Then we've got the Chaos Furies. The flying, it says flying melee infantry. So they are very sort of effective, I would imagine, at getting behind the enemy lines, getting in on enemy artillery, enemy skirmishers, things like that. And that's probably their job. And would be quite effective at it, I would imagine. Quite mobile. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything to show you. So, let's line them up. If you want to call this an army. It is an army, but if they know what they're actually here for and what they're doing, that's another matter entirely, because I don't think they've got many brain cells between them, if I'm honest with you. They're all off their absolute rocket. So we'll put these over here. Vanguard deployment with them. Get the Plague Toads forward. Let's start the battle. Now these chumps, these ogres, will come to me. So we'll move forward a little bit. He's also got projectiles that you can throw out as well as our Kurgath. I want to get these Plague Toads in. We'll also get these in there as well. These Nurglings, whatever they can do. I mean, I don't know. What can they offer me? Poison attacks. Leadership 55. Just send them in, I think. With them, really, just send them in. Okay, so let's put these guys back. Or put Kurgath back, because we've got to initiate the... Oh, we can't do that one yet. We can do this one, though. Oh, nice. Nice. Well done, Kurgath. Hold your ground, lads. Get the Nurglings over. Here comes the ogre in. Okay, get these toads to go around the side here. Whoa! Oh, that's instantly routed them. The old goblins there. Let's get him to go over there to target the ogre. Now we'll put him on to... Yeah, we reduce his melee attack. Ogres are falling back, so we'll get the Nurglings to come across and hit these. Here we go. Oh, they're swarming all over them. They're being flung back by the ogres. Oh, it's like a... What is it? It's like a wave of them. Flung back and forth. Look at that. Oh, we'll get the toads hitting them from the rear.
Come on.
Oh, I can't do that on that. Oh no, I've cast it over there. Damn it. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I miscast that. Not made a difference though. Try and get that ogre sorted out over there. These ogres are standing ground, but they're dropping morale very quickly here. They're broken. They're damaged. They're gone. We should try and take this ogre down, though. That's the main thing. He's dropping his stats quite quickly. Get the these guys to go and swoop down. Oh my god, he's been sick all over him. Jesus. Probably acid sick as well, knowing what that is. He's putting his morale back a little bit here. We need to really get him surrounded and get him finished off. Come on. There we go. That was the final straw, that charge from our drones. And we've done it. Well done. Decisive victory. Okay. Not bad. 19 lost. Loot gained. We've got the glittering scales, which gives us +4 to armor, melee defense +5, and the passive ability of glittering scales, which is basically a hex attack of -5 to melee attack. So we'll do the unit replenishment. They should be finished off. Excellent stuff. So we shall now, we have really opened up our abilities with what we can recruit because of the money we just gained there. So we've now got the Beast of Nurgle, some more Plague Toads, Chaos Furies, or some more Nurglings. What I'm probably going to do I mean, look at these. There's some huge, great unclean one. Spawn of Nurgle. I'm sure I've seen something like that before. Some chaos units like that before. Pox Riders of Nurgle. Exalted Plague Bearers. Forsaken of Nurgle. Jesus. I can't recruit that one at the moment. I think I need to get obviously the required building to do so. We're going to go for this one. This Beast of Nurgle. It's a big big bastard it is, really. It's a big unit. We'll see that one in battle. In fact, I'm going to go for... one more unit of Nurglings, I think. Yeah.
For the battle study.
Right, we've got a new hero. The Counter. Plague-ridden. He's basically an XP trainer. And I think he could be in but a melee combat. I think he's kind of a weapon specialist in terms of skills. Weapon strength, there we go. He has got some abilities with some spells he can cast. But you can boost him up in the sort of charge bonus, armor, melee defense, melee attack kind of things. He's got quite a lot actually down here that he can do. So he's quite an asset. So yeah, we've recruited. We've done that. We've got the plague in our army. As you can see, the replenishment rate is there, but it's going to take a while. Now, what we could do is we've got unassigned skill points for Kurgarth. So he's already got H dwarves. He's already got that +10 to fighting against dwarves in melee attack, weapon strength +15% when fighting against dwarves. Now we could increase the miasma of pestilence, and we could upgrade that one to -40 and -24 on melee attack and -40% on charge bonus. We could increase his campaign movement range, but I'll probably go for that one. Give that a little bit of a boost. Yeah, that's fine for now. So we're going to go and hit Gluttport. Now we'll encircle this for a couple of turns because we obviously got that plague in our army. It will affect them when they are trying to sort of hold out against us on the siege, and it will then hopefully suffer some more attrition while we capture them. So let's end the turn. So yeah, income not a problem. It's going up nicely already. So we've got the following requirement now. He wants us to capture Gluttport, so that's fine. In terms of garrison, we've already started to see the attrition going down with the army. So we'll just encircle it just a couple more turns, I think, just to really start to get it going down. Infection rate's going up. We could go for another plague here. But we'll wait until we get some symptoms of it. I think some more symptoms we can add to another plague. You also can see there we can get some recipes, but you've got to obviously you've got to get these symptoms unlocked before you can then start to put these recipes together, and they will give you additional effects, as you can see from concocting them from those recipes. So there are sort of extra bonuses that you can get from them. In terms of our building chain, it's still 3, so we're still at the base level there. Technology research +5 to growth. So in terms of growth now, +17, so it's going along nicely. Now only 6 turns until a population surplus. So that's going nicely. Again, the corruption going up, which is then affecting the growth rate in a positive way, which you wouldn't want to see. So I'll probably go for that one now. Reduce the cycle time by 1. Okay, you obviously you're going to go through your buildings quicker, but you get to the next tier a little quicker, which is maybe what you want to do. Yeah, we'll fight it now, I think. No, we'll just do one more turn. I just want one more turn. One more turn, guys. And then we'll do it. Yeah, that's fine. Are we good in everything else? I think we are. I think pretty much. Yeah, look at the money now. Money's fine. Yeah, 1 turn so we get that new building. Infection rate's going up. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Give us just one time. Give us a positive one now. Come on. Come on. Oh, yes. Thank you. That's not bad. Another 4. The Winds of Magic. Good stuff. We've finally got one. So, here we go. What a... Oh, my God. Ugh. Vile. I mean, you just want to pop it, don't you? Ugh. Look at that eye there. Oh, my God. It's disgusting. Ugh. No. No, no, no. Just no. Right, Nurglings. Well, we're going to probably go down this way in here, I'd imagine. Because that way... Could go down that way. But we'll probably head in this way. In fact, we'll take the Nurglings down this way. Take the flying units that way. And then take our sword infantry down the main path. In the other direction. With the toads.
The Plague Horde stands together.
Yeah, let's do this. Come on. So we've got now. Let's have a quick look at this unit. This is our new one, new kid on the block. He's still not great at the moment. He's still got quite low health, so we've got to be careful with him. Beast of Nurgle. He's got to gain that strength still before he can be really effective. So we'll have to use him wisely in the battle. And then we've got our new hero, which is the Plague Ridden, the counter. So he's ready to fight. And as you can see there, he's got the spell of Miasma of Pestilence again. Minus 24 to melee attack. Charge bonus minus 40. And the Curse of the Slug. And then we've got this... Where is this Miasma? So here's his... Is it the cooldowns? I think the cooldown may have been improved. I'm not too sure what we improved with that one before. I didn't check properly. But we have definitely upgraded it. So let's go forward. They position themselves there on the left as well. We'll just wait and see what they do with these units over here. They may be pulled over to fight on this direction. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going. They're going in that direction. We need to push on quickly. Come on. What have you got? That piercing tower over there. Okay, let's move him. What have we got here? Goblars. We've engaged. The toads have gone in. Oh, God, they're reeking through these Goblars. Oh. They're actually eating them. Right, so they built a barricade there. Has that been miscast? Oh, no, it's gone on him. Right, move, move, move. Let's go. Oh, I need to be a bit more in this way. No, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. There you go. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's not too bad as a cast. That wasn't. It tickled him on the side. We've engaged over here. Damn you. I didn't realise. We're keeping him busy, but I don't know if they'll be holding for long down there. We'll recharge with our flying cav. Go on the side there for me, buddy. Let's go down on the left-hand side. Let's try and envelop them there. Come on, go around, go around. Toads are getting a little bit low on HP, so we'll pull them out. Pull them down there. How are we doing on this side? They're starting to waver. Great to see. We can push through then on this side now. We've got those, most of them taken care of. In terms of units, they're dropping quite quickly, so we're not too bad with that. Let's get our big guy in. I know he's not too good on the 8. Oh, he's actually of course, he's got the regeneration as one of his abilities. He has got regeneration, so that's good. He is actually, you can see he's increasing his health since the battles began. So we can actually rely on him a bit more now. So let's push on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're building a barricade trap. God damn it. Oh no. Oh, it's draining us of these. It's a hex kind of based trap. Ooh, watch your fire, Kurgath. Come on.
An experiment.
I don't know where their legendary, their lord is. I was going to say not legendary, but lord. Where is he? I don't know. I've not seen him yet. Right, go for a rear charge again. Go on. Drone's coming back in. There we go. There's the victory. The chain route kicked in. Not too bad at all. Decisive victory. Thank you very much. So, Spore Sensor. We've got melee defense plus 10, missile resistance plus 10 from that one. It's a rare gem we've got from that. Okay. So, we'll occupy the lands. We could obviously loot and occupy, which will then give us plus in infections. But we just want to go and occupy, I think, for this one. Follower gained Leper Lord. Or Leper Lord. Talisman gained. Mission successful. Look at that. Boom. Money's up. And now we need to maintain the full province. But look at that. Straight away, the replenishment rate is going straight back up. We've got a nice new skill to give to Kurgath. And I think... I mean, that one's pretty good. Melee damage reflection plus 28. And armor plus 60. I like that one. I'm going to go for that.
It will supplement my...
So we can still only get these at the moment. I think, again, the building chains are not available. So we can't obviously recruit them until we've got better buildings under our possession. We've got one more turn till that would have been completed. Now, in terms of concoctions here, you see what I mean? It's 50 for a concoction at an actual settlement, where it's only 25 for the army itself. Growth rate is now plus 18 on the corruption, so it's only 5 turns until we can get a tier 2 building. And yeah, looking not too bad at all. Obviously, if it was to carry this on, we would push on to Stormvrak Mount, take out this Ogre Kingdom's faction over there, which will be part of the same province, and then we'd move over to Darko Wharf, and then that will be them as the Ogre Kingdom dealt with, I would imagine. I think they've only got 2 settlements under their control. They'll be pretty much done and dusted. And yeah, we would be looking pretty rosy indeed, if you can call these guys rosy. We also got, of course, a skill for the... I would probably go for XP. I'd like to give him... I like the fact that we can get XP quite early on with our heroes, so I'd like to see him train up these a little bit more with the XP increase. But that's where I'm going to finish off this part. I know it's been shorter today. 2 reasons. Well, I firstly showed you what I wanted to show you, but secondly, as a faction, I'll be absolutely honest with you, these are probably one of the less likened ones that I've gone for so far. I prefer Khorne, Demon Princes, and Cathay so far. Of the choices that I could go for, these will probably be near the bottom. They just don't suit how I play. Corruption, spreading, the units that you've got, the mechanics, I just don't particularly fit with them, if you know what I mean. So I would, you know, if you're going to choose when the poll comes out, don't go for Nurgle. Okay, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're okay. They're fun. They're interesting. They're different, but they're not my go-to kind of faction. But obviously, what I've done today is give you a preview of them. That's what I wanted to do, to give you guys that idea of how to play as them. I mean, some of you may love this faction, may love the fact that they are absolutely out there, wacky units that they've got, and the way that they work with the corruption and the concoctions that they can come up with. But for me, I like, you know, those big units, those big meaty tanky units, as I've said to you before. Khorne, Demon Princes, you know, great big powerful armies. I like that. That's my go-to. This really isn't. But, you know, as I say, it's entirely your choice. Do what you want. I hope you've enjoyed the video nonetheless. It's giving you that flavour. That's what I wanted to do. And, yeah, I will be back, of course, very soon. Be sure to check out my Tzeentch video, as I said to you before. That's also on the channel right now. And, yeah, thank you, as always, for watching, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, please do drop it a like. Until next time, take care. Farewell.